Danny Rarity here. Today we're going to be making a tier list of the most important players headed into Game 7, where I have some of these guys might shock you. Let me know your rankings in the comments, subscribe to help me hit 1K, and let's get into it. So here are the tiers that we got working for you today. We got Scary Good, have to be our best players, probably 2 to 3 players in that tier. Essential, don't gotta be the best, but you still gotta be very good. Noticeable, just gotta be better than average. And then Don't Suck are the people whose job is to just not make a mistake, and that's it. Non-factor, all the players who aren't playing or are not on the roster right now because of the default template that I chose. Let's get into it. So first, Zach Benson has pretty much been our best player this entire playoff series, and the way this is going, he kind of has to continue to be scary good, in my opinion. I mean, he's creating so much offense. He's utilizing open space incredibly when almost no other player on this roster is right now. So I think he has to be scary good in order to just create some offense. The back checking has been really good. The way he's lifting sticks right now, he's like not even taking like actual important penalties or penalties that would be or when he takes penalties, they're not impactful against us is what I mean. All the penalties he's taking are in like garbage time. So he's got to be scary good if the Sabres want a chance. Josh Doan, you could also make an argument for scary good. He's been, again, one of our best players this entire playoffs. His forechecking and back checking has been incredible. But I think I'm going to put him in essential because as far as like pure offensive skill and ability to utilize open space and how important that has been this series, I think Zach Benson has just been slightly above Doan in that category. And when you already have Benson, who's kind of like the same rough and tough player as Doan in like that sense, I guess. I don't think you need 2 of that sort of player to both be scary good. Like, you don't need them to be. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. Like, I think Benson is already fitting that role, but if Doan can kind of be that kind of second man up, still really, really good and very extremely impactful on the ice, doing the same exact thing Benson does, just with like slightly less offense, I think that's an absolute key as well. Get in there on the forecheck, create pressure, create mistakes, like he has been doing this series. He has to keep doing that, or else that's just going to give Montreal more space and more time to think. Up next, we have Josh Norris. So he hasn't really had a great series. There's been some instances where he looks really, really good for like stretches of like 5 to 10 minutes, but then he'll just kind of disappear. Norris, though, he's going to be a top 2 center. I'm going to put him under noticeable just because I think he has to have some sort of game impact, whether that's on the face-off dot, whether that's on back checking using his speed. And when he does use that speed, he usually does like the hop into the rushes, really good like cycler, especially like down low, fighting in the corners and stuff like that. Not that much in front of the net, but he hasn't been a huge factor throughout the series. The impact I more so want him to make, and something that we have always won games off, or the few games that we have won have been off of this, is face-offs. I want him to be really good in the face-off dot tonight. I want him to be able to do that dirty work in the corners, cycle that puck back up to our defensemen, because our defensemen have I think this is before Game 6, or maybe after, I don't know, but 32 points this season from the Sabres this postseason have been from defensemen. So I want Josh Norris to be able to cycle that puck. I want Josh Norris to be able to win that faceoff back and let our defensemen really help us in join that rush. I want him to be noticeable. I don't need him to put up points. I don't need him to, be a superstar out there. I just need him to be better than average. Tage Thompson. I mean, we saw the impact that Tage has when he is incredible in Game 6. When he's incredible, he is incredible, and he takes over. And especially into Game 7 in Buffalo, so Montreal's going to be fired up. They're really good on the road. We're really not. I think Tage does have to be scary good. I mean, you can make the argument for just essential and have someone else up there in that scary good, but like if we really want to secure that victory, Tage has to be scary good. Otherwise, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. We got to see that Game 6 Tage. That's what we need. Konsta Helenius, he's been really good this series. And it's not an overstatement to say he kind of saved the series for us with just the way he's playing right now and how amazing he's been. I'm going to put him in essential because he's just such a dynamic two-way and offense creating centerman that we really needed. That speed, that relentlessness, that willingness to just do whatever it takes has been so essential. And I think if he loses any kind of edge like that, the Canadians are going to pounce all over it and take advantage of it. So I think he has to be essential to the Sabres today. Alex Tuch. He's had a pretty rough go at it. Up until last game, I can't exactly remember off the top of my head what his stat lines were for Game 6. But up until Game 6, he was like -8 with 0 points. But I do think that's because he's the main penalty killer, right? I mean, we're taking an unbelievable amount of penalties, and we're letting up a lot of power play goals. And Alex Tuch is out there every single time. He's averaging like over 2 minutes of penalty kill time per game. So I mean, you can put him in essential as well, but I just don't want to throw everybody in essential. Alex Tuch, I don't need him to put up points is the thing. I don't need him to put up points. I don't need him to be like a dynamic offensive player. I just need him to be above average. I need him to be noticeable. I need him to be blocking shots. I need him to be just essential on the penalty kill. Hopefully we won't have to use the penalty kill too much today, but you never know with this team. I just need him to be noticeable. I need him to be aggressive on that PK. I need him to be blocking shots, back checking. I need him to do the defensive work for us, because that's one thing that has really killed us this series, especially in front of the net. We did it really well in Game 6 where we were getting sticks out in front of those centering attempts, something we haven't really done all series, and we were blocking a lot of those high danger shots, which was really encouraging, but we have to do it again. We can't be content with last game. We have to be as good or better, and part of that is going to be Alex Tuch having a very nice defensive performance out of us for us. I think if we will use him more in that sense rather than trying to generate offense, I think that will be a very good key to victory here. Peyton Krebs. So Krebs, I'm going to put him in the noticeable tier as well. He's also had a really good series. So I mean, if I align it this way, this might like more so describe like my thought process, right? So Benson's going to be our like one of our best offensive players. He's going to be open space. He's going to be two-way. He's going to, drive offense in the zone, forechecking, like all that aggressive push. Josh Doan is going to do the same thing, but maybe create a little less direct offense. Like Benson's probably going to put up more points. Josh Doan is going to do more of the grunt work and win the battles in the corners and get it so we can start the cycling and start the offensive zone time. And Krebs is going to be below Doan, or as far as like the impact that I need from him, but like I still need that impact. He's still going to be important on these offensive opportunities. He's going to be forechecking. He's going to be starting these cycles, but I don't need him to be like a world breaker. I just need him to be above average, create disruption type of thing. Make them think again. When they're behind the net, chase them. Don't just let them have their space behind the net and set up their breakouts type thing. I need you to just be above average, keep that pressure on, and just make their life miserable. Like I said, you don't need to put up points. It would be nice, but you don't need to. I just think you have to be tier 3 in this great offensive attack and forecheck pressure that we bring. That's really what it comes down to for me. Jack Quinn, I'm also going to put in essential because last game, he was the difference maker. I mean, there were multiple major difference makers, but him shooting the puck at every single opportunity was incredible. I mean, I noticed it after that first period, the way he was just shooting every single puck he had. He needs to do that again. He needs to shoot every single puck that gets on his stick because, wow, what a shot he has. And it was so good last game. I need him to do that again. Be that shot man. Just shoot it. Just rip it, grip it, do whatever you got to do. And we'll be just fine. I need him to play that exact role. He needs to be essential. He needs to get, 4+ shots on net. Try to score those goals. Be a threat on that power play. probably gonna have to score a goal or at least like, you know, create a lot of rebounds with like low and high impact shots. I need him to be a threat. I need him to be noticeable. I need him to draw attention. That's what I need out of Quinn this game, and he did that really well in Game 6. Do it again, Game 7. That's what I'm asking out of him. McLeod, I'm gonna put in the same noticeable tier. I like him in that kind of Alex Tuck sense, where he's really fast and and his defense ability is going to be essential. I need him to back check. I need him to, you know, pressure the Canadian Fires when they have the puck behind the net. I need him to be on that on you know, penalty kill, creating disruption, blocking shots, and starting these breakouts out of our zone. Get them to our wingers. And kind of be on alert for when our defensemen join the rush, so you can cycle back type thing. McLeod is really good on defense, especially against Montreal, who's very fast. McLeod, obviously, like one of the fastest skaters in the entire NHL. I need him to be able to use that, and I mean he's kind of on that level with Alex Tuck for me, and just like, you have to have a really strong defensive game, because part of our game is allowing those defensemen to join the rush. And for those defensemen to join the rush, you need some of your forwards to be able to also play pretty decent defense, which is also where Tuck stands in that sense, right? Tuck is really good at rotating back to the point when, you know, when Dahlin or when Power or when Samuelson want to join that rush. They're really good at rotating back, and they're fast enough and they're skilled enough on defense where they still make an impact, and they're not just like dead in the water type thing back there. So I need him, and I need McLeod to play those roles, those dynamic kind of two-way, like more defensively focused roles, to let our entire game plan shine through. That's what I need out of McLeod in this one. Jason Zucker. Zucker's a bit tough, right? So he had a good game last game. The rest of the series, he hasn't been that great. Zucker's probably going to be playing on our third line, right? Maybe fourth line, mixing it up a little bit. I'm just going between noticeable and don't suck. He just has, until Game 6, he really did not look that great. And like, I guess in theory, like if the rest of this tier list plays out how I need it to be, how good does Jason Zucker has to be? I need it, like, he needs to be a threat, right? He needs to be a threat. I'm really going between don't suck and noticeable. Jason, I do think Jason Zucker has to be noticeable. I'm going to say that. I'm going to land there. He's a veteran, one of the few guys in this lineup who has a decent amount of playoff experience. Again, I just need him to be a shooting threat, kind of like he found in that Game 6 as well. I need him to shoot the puck. I need him to not be afraid to rip it, pass less, try to create rebounds, create that offense, be one of those kind of outlet passes for a player like McLeod. You know, just mix things up, make that offense a bit more unpredictable, and rip it, because Zucker has a great shot. That's what we love Zucker for, and I need him to keep that up. Make sure we get shots. You know, 35 plus shots is probably what I really like. In a perfect world, that's what I want. And a big part of our team being able to get 35 plus shots is going to be probably Quinn getting 4 plus, Thompson getting 4 plus, and Zucker getting like 3 plus. That's in my head. That's how I see it. So Zucker, I'm going to say noticeable. Just literally just being another big shooting threat is what I'm looking for out of him. Because we don't have too many, especially when everybody's nervous. We might not have, you know, another. We need as many shooting threats as possible. Otherwise, we're not gonna get many shots, and especially against Dobesh, we need shots. So let's keep that up. Oh man. Up next, Beck Malenstein. Don't suck. Well, I mean, I say that immediately, but I feel like you could put him under noticeable, just because of that defensive ability again. I mean, but I guess if I'm going by like the Benson down Krebs rule, he's going to be kind of in that tier below McLeod and Tuck, I think, in this defensive role. Like, I need him to block shots. I need him to to just be defensively great on that penalty kill. You know, make sharp decisions. Don't be stupid. But I think in general, like he just can't make major mistakes, and I think that's really what there is to be said. I don't think he has high expectations. I think there's higher expectations on like players in the similar category as like Tuck and McLeod, but just like a little lower. He is like a fourth liner. He's gonna get less ice time. Just don't make major mistakes while you're on the ice and kill those penalties, block those shots, and you will. That's all we need out of you. That's all we need out of you, Beck. Greenway as well. Just don't suck. It really has not had a great series at all. He looked pretty good against Boston, but this series, I just don't want to notice you in a bad way. Just don't suck. That's not much else to say about Greenway. Now we're on to the defensemen here. We have Bo Byram. Bo Byram has to be essential. Bo Byram has to be essential. He's a huge part of that Boston series, and the first couple games of this series as well. He was looking pretty decent. He had a couple stinkers here and there, but really like when Bo Byram is feeling himself, as we saw in that Boston series, when he has space, he's sidestepping across that blue line, being just a great skater, great puck mover, quick decisions with the puck, and when he's on, he creates a lot of offense and shoots too. Bo Byram has a pretty high offensive ceiling, and I'm not saying he has to put up points, but I just need him to again join the rush, get mixy, create offense, make it a little bit more unpredictable. Maybe throw off some of that coverage of the Montreal defense. That's what I need Bo Byram to do. Don't be afraid. Don't play scared. Don't play conservative. Play that aggressive offensive style that you were built for, Bo. Raz, I'm going to say scary good. I think you can make an argument for essential that he doesn't have to be scary good, but I think, again, Game 6, man, what a difference. He was unbelievable. Only defenseman in history to have 5 points in an elimination game. If he does that, if he even puts up, 3 points, like if he puts up 2 points, I think we might have this game type thing. Like he's that big of a heart and soul here. That's what I need him to do. If he can put up, at least 2 points, I think we just win this game. So I'm stuttering a lot, but that's how I feel, and I don't think there's much else to explain. He was kind of pedestrian this entire series, but like you can tell the difference it makes emotionally and on ice impact with this team when he is the Norris caliber defenseman we know he can be. And so if we're going to win a Game 7 to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, our captain has to be scary good. Samuelsson. I'm going to put Samuelsson on noticeable. He's been really good at times. He's kind of like that unexpected player. Like if you give him that space, if you have like kind of like a mental lapse and forget he's kind of there, he will make you pay. He's been driving off some really good offense. He's been hopping in the rush a lot. I've been seeing him deep in the offensive zone a lot. I think he should be noticeable, and I think that's almost like a compliment to him, because if he's just kind of out there noticeable, then they might forget about him, and then he'll have that opportunity again, like he's had multiple times this playoffs, to make that one huge big impact play that changes the game. So I don't need him to go out there and be a superstar 24/7. I just need him to kind of ride the line, be noticeable, and then when his opportunity comes, do not miss it. And that's what he's been doing these playoffs. He's had 3 just incredible crazy moments where he changes the entire game. And I need him to do that again today. Be noticeable. Don't make too many mistakes, but when your time comes, when they mess up, when they forget you are Mattias Samuelsson, the best goal scorer of this century, you score, you change the game. That's what I need from Mattias Samuelsson. Timmins, just don't suck, man. He's been really consistent. Game 5 was his worst game, but he's been really consistent. He hasn't been blowing you out of the water, but he also hasn't been making like egregious mistakes. That's what I need from you again. Just like almost like the best thing for Timmins is for us to forget he's there, forget he's on the ice, especially in a game 7. Like I don't want to notice you in a poor way. I don't need to notice you in a good way. I just need you to exist and be a net neutral. That's all I need you to do, right? That's it. Owen Power, baby. Owen Power. I think Owen Power being good. So what do I have for defenseman here? I think Owen Power does have to be essential. I think every game Owen Power has had a very good and noticeable game. He has been incredible and like game changing. He's extremely underrated these playoffs. He's having a huge impact on this team. And I think the second he starts to slip up, I think it will be noticeable because he's playing really good defense. He's getting really aggressive on offense. I would almost pick him to score a goal tonight, or even like, you know, get an assist off of like a tip or something like that. Like he's been shooting the puck. He's been moving. He's been joining the rush. He's been pretty darn good on defense. Like he's been really complete these playoffs. Very impressed by him. I need him to keep that up for game 7, and we will be good. Very underrated. Owen Power. Give him his flowers. He's great. Metza, again, I'm going to be don't suck. For me, he's kind of in that same tier as Samuelson. Just be real. I mean, just like be consistent, ride that line, you know, use some speed, you know, be like that player you are kind of in Rochester, you know, be consistent, just like Timmins, really. Just be consistent. Don't make any mistakes. But also Metza has that slight upside compared to Timmins, where he can kind of play that Samuelson role, where it's just like if you give him too much space, he's a decent skater. If you give him too much space, he'll try. He can make a play, as we kind of saw last game. He wasn't afraid to kind of shoot the puck. He scored a goal, but you know, he was also joining the rush at a couple moments and stuff like that. He is also kind of like a light offensive threat. So I think he's like the same role as Sammy, but like tier below, kind of like, you know, the system we have going on over here. I think he's just that tier below Sammy in that sense. So that's what I need Metza to be. But like at the very baseline, just be like Timmins, just be net neutral, don't suck. And then UPL, I said I was only gonna do 3 and scary good, but like, I mean, any goalie in this series, right? Any goalie for any game. I mean, this is going to be game freaking 7, though. Like, I feel like any other game, I would probably put UPL or any goalie, really, Lion or UPL, in just essential. Because I'm like, I don't think you have to be like, I don't think you have to win the game for us, but I think you just have to be extremely good type thing. But I think that's just a common playoff sentiment. But in game 7, you have to be prepared to win the game yourself if you're a goalie. That's how I see it. Especially with how inconsistent the Sabres have been and how good Montreal is on the road. I think UPL has to be pretty much our best player, or at the very least be prepared to be our best player and win this game by yourself. That's going to be the tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if I got anything wrong, if I suck, you know, let me know. Subscribe, help me hit 1K. Thank you for watching. If you watched everything, that's crazy. You're insane. Have a good one. Go Sabres. Win game 7.